The Ukraine-Russia war is changing Eastern Europe's tech industry faster than anyone expected. Businesses are transforming their products to military applications. Governments are accelerating investments, and battlefield technology is rapidly evolving. What innovations are emerging, and how will they shape the future? You need to see what's happening right now. Companies and governments are adapting to an entirely new reality, where innovation is not just about progress, but survival. What was once a sector focused on consumer electronics, software, and civil engineering has rapidly shifted toward military applications, cybersecurity, and defense infrastructure. This transformation is not limited to Ukraine. Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, and other neighboring nations are watching closely, drawing lessons, and reshaping their own tech ecosystems. These countries are finding themselves in a position where the lines between civilian technology and military-grade innovation are becoming increasingly blurred. One of the most striking trends emerging from the war is the surge in dual-use technology. Products originally designed for civilian applications that are now being modified for military use. This shift is particularly evident in industries like drones, robotics, telecommunications, and cybersecurity. Take Global Wolf Motors, a Latvian startup that initially designed electric scooters for civilian mobility. Their rugged Mosfera scooter, originally built for urban commuters and field workers, has now become a battlefield tool. The Ukrainian military has already deployed these high-speed, all-terrain scooters for reconnaissance missions and supply transport. What began as an experimental idea is now a critical asset in war logistics. The Mosfera's silent operation and speed give Ukrainian soldiers an advantage in mobility, particularly in areas where traditional military vehicles are either too slow or too conspicuous. This case highlights a broader trend. Many Eastern European startups now realize that military markets offer enormous demand and long-term contracts. The Ukraine war has shown how crucial drones are in modern warfare. Initially, Ukraine relied heavily on imported drones like Turkey's Bayraktar TB2. But over time, local manufacturers stepped in. Ukrainian engineers have taken commercial drone models and modified them for surveillance, artillery guidance, and even direct strikes on enemy positions. Latvian drone companies, such as Atlas Dynamics, have been closely watching this development. Before the war, Atlas Dynamics specialized in industrial drones for agriculture and construction. Now, they are modifying their products for battlefield resilience, creating drones that can evade electronic warfare, withstand harsh weather, and carry payloads for military operations. The Latvian government has recognized this shift and increased funding for domestic drone startups, creating a €600,000 prize fund and a €10 million budget for new drone development. Latvia has also partnered with the UK to lead the Drone Coalition, an initiative directing over €500 million toward building a drone supply chain in Europe. Beyond physical warfare, the Ukraine-Russia war has sparked a new wave of cyber conflict. Russia's use of cyber attacks to disrupt Ukraine's power grids, financial systems, and government networks has set a precedent for modern hybrid warfare. Countries bordering Russia, particularly the Baltic states, have responded by strengthening their cybersecurity sectors. Estonia, which has long been a global leader in digital security, has accelerated investments in cyber defense infrastructure. In 2022 alone, the Estonian government increased its cybersecurity budget by 30%, funding new startups and hiring top-tier talent to develop AI-driven threat detection systems. Lithuania has taken a similar approach. The country is home to 𝐼𝐸, the company behind NordVPN, one of the most widely used cybersecurity tools in the world. Since the war began, 𝐼𝐸 has expanded its operations, working closely with government agencies to fortify national digital infrastructure against potential Russian cyber threats. These developments are crucial, as cybersecurity is no longer just about protecting individual users, but safeguarding entire nations. The rise of state-sponsored hacking and cyber espionage means that every Eastern European country is now treating digital security as a core component of national defense. The war has not only changed the focus of tech innovation, but also how companies do business. Previously, startups in Eastern Europe focused on private sector clients, venture capital funding, and consumer markets. Now, many are pivoting toward government contracts, defense partnerships, and military procurement programs. For example, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, a Latvian medical tech company, originally developed VR-based medical training simulations for hospitals. But after seeing how battlefield conditions demand fast and effective training, they expanded into military applications. The Latvian, Estonian, US, and German militaries now use 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐠 simulations to train combat medics, allowing them to practice treating battlefield injuries in a virtual environment before encountering real-life trauma. Another company, VR Cars, initially specialized in autonomous driving technology for logistics companies. Now they have secured contracts to develop off-road tactical vehicles for Latvia's special forces. The ability to quickly adapt commercial technology for military use is proving to be a winning strategy for many startups. But this shift is not without challenges. Entering the military supply chain is complex, requiring strict security clearances, regulatory approvals, and long-term reliability testing. Startups accustomed to fast-paced product development cycles are now learning how to navigate military bureaucracy, a process that can take months, if not years. Governments across Eastern Europe are heavily investing in technology innovation, knowing that future wars will be won not just on the battlefield, but in labs and factories. NATO has launched several initiatives to strengthen the region's defense technology sector, including 𝐷IANA, Defense Innovation Accelerator for the North Atlantic, a startup incubator that helps tech companies transition into military applications. The NATO Innovation Fund, a €1 billion fund supporting dual-use technology with military potential, and the European Defence Fund, EDF, a multi-billion euro program for defense R&D, prioritizing cybersecurity, drones, and battlefield AI. These initiatives provide critical funding and infrastructure for startups looking to pivot toward military-grade technology. Private investors are also more willing to fund military tech startups, seeing them as low-risk, high-reward opportunities in the current geopolitical climate. According to Dealroom, investment in defense tech startups in Europe reached nearly $1 billion in 2023, marking a 30% increase from 2022. This growth stands in stark contrast to the overall decline in venture capital funding for other sectors, demonstrating how the war has redirected investor priorities. AI is playing an increasingly important role in military technology, from autonomous drones to real-time battlefield intelligence. Ukraine's war effort has shown that AI can analyze massive amounts of battlefield data, track enemy movements, and optimize defense strategies in ways humans cannot. One notable example is Grok 3, Elon Musk's AI model, which has been used to analyze combat scenarios and simulate military strategies. Eastern European AI startups are now following suit, developing similar models that can predict enemy actions, enhance reconnaissance missions, and provide automated logistics support. Another key area is robotics and autonomous systems. Companies like 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐿 in Latvia are working on guided weapon systems that allow small, man-portable drones to deliver precision strikes. These innovations could redefine the nature of combat, making small infantry units more powerful than ever before. The Ukraine-Russia war has permanently altered the technological landscape of Eastern Europe. Startups that once focused on civilian applications are now at the forefront of military innovation. Governments are restructuring their defense budgets to prioritize cybersecurity, drones, and AI-driven warfare. But what happens when the war ends? Some experts worry that Eastern Europe could become overly dependent on military contracts, making it harder to transition back to civilian markets. Others see this as an opportunity for long-term security and economic growth, ensuring that the region remains a leader in cutting-edge technology. One thing is clear: Eastern Europe's tech sector will never be the same again. The war has accelerated innovations that might have taken decades to develop under normal circumstances. Whether these advancements will lead to a more secure or more volatile future remains to be seen. The war has pushed Eastern Europe's tech industry into uncharted territory. Civilian innovations are turning military-grade, and governments are betting on startups like never before. Will this transformation create lasting advancements or unforeseen risks? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more insights on global technology shifts.